Beloved. Oh, what's the phrase? It is so good for us to be together, like they said at the Transfiguration. So we are in this midst of 2 months of looking at, contemplating, risking, becoming the grace of Eucharist. And so when I thought of that, I returned to a portion of the Eucharistic theology that has to do with the real presence. And this story came to mind. You may have heard me tell it, but it's a good one. And the story involves Cesar Chavez's grandson, who I was with on a retreat with David Steindl-Rast. And Cesar Chavez's grandson was sort of being the valet for Brother David Steindl-Rast. And we were together at a working Zen monastery in California for a week, looking at Buddhism and Catholicism. It was a crazy, beautiful week. At any rate, at one point we're sitting around a fire in the mountains. So I don't want to get us all too jealous. And Cesar Chavez's grandson tells this story. He says, one of the favorite stories about my grandfather was this one that he told. There was a farm workers rally. It was very, very enthusiastic, well attended. He finishes, the crowd goes wild, and they surge forward just to be close to Cesar Chavez. And there was a young correspondent working with Cesar Chavez trying to get the word out about his work. And so he was taking notes, etc., etc. He was standing right next to Cesar Chavez when the crowd surges. And pretty soon he is smushed up against Cesar Chavez, smushed, a technical term. And he's very awkward. He's a young guy, and he has his little pencil with his notepad, and he has no idea what to do. So he just says to Cesar Chavez, he says, "Mr. Chavez, these people sure do love you." And Cesar Chavez responds, "It's mutual." As soon as I heard the phrase, "the top of the mountain," with Brother David Steindl-Rast at the Working Zen Monastery, I knew that that would be God's response. God, these people sure do love you. It's mutual. And whatever the real presence is, and clearly it's a 10,000 layer mystery, so what do I know? I'm just a little guy in sandals. But it has something to do with our conviction that God believes that our relationship is mutual. And to the extent that we're willing to entertain that reckless, scandalous idea, then we might come to appreciate what the real presence means. We are in relationship with a God who stands with us in mutuality. It's the real presence. Holy Communion, Holy Communion. Speaking of Holy Communion, we sure hope to be together with all of us on February 5th for our day of reflection. You'll probably get a bunch of invitations. Please respond to one and register an RSVP because we want to be together. And when we get there, it'll be mutual. Amen.